Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the My Virgo Friend podcast. I am your host, CheChe, and I am crossing my fingers that this recording goes through. This is my second time trying to record this episode with Zencaster, so hopefully they do not give me any problems. Let's jump right into our deep breathing because I need it, okay? I'm feeling already tense today on this Thursday. But let's jump in to our deep breathing. I want you to inhale through your nose, exhale fully through the mouth. Take in as much air as you can and deplete those lungs with each exhalation, okay? So let's go for 4 deep breaths. Inhale. Okay. And there we go with our breaths. And let's go for our sip. Today has just been uh one thing after another. Mm. Cheers to all the signs, y'all. The Virgos, Scorpios, Pisces, Cancers, Tauruses, Sagittarius, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Cancers, all of the signs, okay? All of them. Today is intended to be an affirmations episode. So I kind of sort of find it hilarious that I'm so agitated right now. But it is Virgo season, so you got to have that easily irritable energy floating around somewhere. And my Mars is in Virgo, so I'm like my masculine energy is in Virgo, so it's like double time for me. But anyway, welcome to the My Virgo Friend podcast. I promise my energy will settle as the time goes on. Okay, I'm just because I had restarted my computer, because I'm like, okay, maybe this is why it's giving me error messages because I need to restart my computer every time before I record. And I did that. And within 2 minutes of recording, it gave me the error message. So I guess I should be grateful that it was within 2 minutes and it didn't allow me to go, record like 30 minutes into it and then give me an error message. So fingers crossed this episode goes through. Okay. It would be easier if I just bring the candle to me instead of reaching forward. So yeah, how is your day going? Let's take a moment to check in with ourselves. How's your day going? I told you, it's been one thing after another. Like, I was screwing on my ring light, and when you screw something too tight, well, the plastic encasing, because I was screwing the knob too tightly, it cracked, but it didn't crack all the way through to where it was broken. So then I'm like, okay, let me put some nail glue on it. So then I got the nail glue out my little clutch purse thingy, my little makeup purse, and it's hard to get off. So I instinctively, try to pull the top off with my mouth, and then I get a little bit of nail glue on the tips of my fingers, a little bit on my lip. I'm like, are you serious? So then I run to go wash that off, and then it's not coming off, and then I get some nail polish remover, and I'm like, okay, surely this should take it off. And then of course it tastes gross. It's not coming off. I'm having to scrub. Google, how do you get nail polish remover off skin? And then it's telling me to do exactly what I instinctively knew to do: wash with warm soap and water, and then last resort, rub some acetone nail polish remover on it. Neither of them worked. My fingers feel gross. I put some petroleum jelly, some Vaseline on my skin in those spots. So hopefully that works. But yeah, it was just like, the prep. I've told y'all, like, just the prep of like getting ready to record and stuff. It just like takes forever. And I just feel like, just, anyway. Anyway, that's just me overthinking. Have you noticed you've been overthinking more than usual since Virgo season started? Remember, Virgo season started like back in August, like 22nd, around that time. So have you noticed you've been easily irritable? Have you noticed you've been, you know whatever? Let's try to get out of that energy. I got a little flame for you. I want this to be a manifestation episode. So if you're watching on YouTube, you see I have a flame, I have a Palo Santo stick, that is blazing right now. I just like to watch it. I think it's very cool. And oh snap, did y'all see that? The flame left and then it came back. That was so cool. So then, smolder and yeah, smolder myself because we sage or using sage, right? But anyway, I wanted this to be, well, I want and intend this to be an affirmations episode. An episode you could just put on when you just want to recite some affirmations. And so you don't have to maybe listen to a whole episode or skim through an episode. I'll just have an episode of affirmations ready to go. So just refer back to this episode when you need just a little pick me up, okay? So I've pretty much Palo Santo'd myself. I've smoldered myself. And I'm just going to keep playing with this flame. I may bring it to the camera so you can do some flame gazing from time to time. But yeah, let's go into some affirmations. Let's start with just waking up this morning, right? Some affirmations you could do when you rise, when you wake up first thing in the morning. So, first of all, take a moment to breathe, right? Just like how we spend the podcast beginning the episodes with deep intentional breathing. I would recommend that as well. Um, Whenever you wake up in the morning, before you start your day or before you start anything, maybe before you start work, before you start a task, before you start studying, even, just giving acknowledgement. I'm gonna have to scoot over some. Well, like maybe this plan. Okay, we'll be right there. But just giving acknowledgement to the time that you have, right? The body that you have to use, the breath that's flowing through your body that allows you to do this thing, like if you're about to do training, if you're about to work out in the gym, just taking a moment to breathe and be in gratitude that you have that body at use, that you have full functionality of your body, that you have full functionality of your mind, that you even have passion to do this, to make that trip to the gym, to make that trip to class or to work, just having the ability and freedom to go. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, higher power. Like right now, at the time of this recording, it's one of those rainy mornings, stormy, it's the clouds are gray. It's been raining for about the past 2 hours at this point. And it's one of those days where I kind of hope it doesn't stop raining, because it's just so beautiful. And on those days, I think it's cool to go, sit outside. Like my papa, he used to sit outside on the porch, just watch the rain. And I like that too. Of course, not getting wet, being enclosed, but still just adoring nature, right? So even just watching the rain fall, thank you. Watching the sunshine, take an inhale, breathe, thank you. Watching the moon shine, take an inhale, thank you. Just setting the tone to be in gratitude, like watching my chihuahua sleep, his eyes open too when I said that. Watching watching him nap, watching him play, watching him when I'm taking him on a walk, and yeah, he may be thirsty, but he's also smiling. He's also smiling. So enjoying those moments, always begin the moment with a breath and a thank you. Begin that tough conversation with a breath and thank you. Begin that study session, begin that examination, begin that speech, begin that benediction, begin that prayer. Thank you. And then just trust that the words will come, okay? So we're going to begin with a breath and a thank you. And let's begin with ourselves, right? Because the gift is coming from us, the art form, the words, the message is coming from us. So just giving thanks to us because we are made in God's likeness, correct? We are made in God's image. We are of God. God resides within us, around us, through us, above us, below us, whatever you believe, okay? God is. So giving honor to yourself because God made you in his image, correct? You are of God. So just giving honor to that. I like to do a body scan. What is a body scan, you ask? It's when you're giving acknowledgement and praise and sending prayer and words of healing to your body. Okay. I like to begin with my feet and I like to work my way up my body. So giving praise and thanks to the feet, sending healing energy to the feet. Shout out to those that are managing diabetes. Okay. Diabetes, one of the common complications with diabetes is gangrene, particularly of the foot, particularly of the toes, and it just grows from there. And um, with diabetes, it is a circulatory condition. It is dealing with glucose levels, which are considered sugar levels. And with managing diabetes, you do have to be mindful of what you eat. And if you aren't managing your diabetes to the point where gangrene isn't developing, that is a high complication. That is a high risk you stand to have if you are not managing your diabetes according to what your doctor says. Of course, I'm not a physician, I'm not your doctor. So if you know that diabetes runs in your family, get checked. If you know you have diabetes, do better. Okay. We all know that we have days where we may cheat or we may bend the rules or we may not be as consistent as we know we should. So, speaking specifically to those that are managing diabetes, you should be eating a certain way. You know that you should be taking your medications as prescribed, okay? Not just simply taking the medication, right? Because you can take the pill, but if you're chopping it in half, knowing that's not what the dosage is, you're not being compliant. Okay, so this is speaking to anyone that's taking any type of prescription, any type of medication. Take it as prescribed. Take the dosage as prescribed. Yes, you may want to stretch it out. Yes, you may want to cut it in half because you believe you're getting better, you don't need all that medicine. Take it as prescribed. Do what you can do what you should do. All right. Going back to diabetes, also exercising, working out, moving the body. Okay, at least yoga, at least stretching, at least walking. Okay, do what you can. If you know you're capable and able of training your body in a gym setting, if you know you don't have that struggle of working out in the gym and it's easy for you, do that, because there are some people that struggle with that. There are some people that struggle with working out in a gym setting. There are some people that struggle with having a personal trainer, that struggle with the consistency of meal prep. So if you know that comes easy to you, do that. Do what comes natural. Thank you, God. Okay, thank God for your ability, for your skill set. All right. So going back to the feet, going back to the body scan, um, speaking healing over the feet so that if you are managing diabetes, okay, before the gangrene even develops, before the consideration of amputation comes, you're speaking healing of the feet before a broken foot happens. Speak healing of the feet before broken toes, before burnt skin of the foot happens. Speak healing over your foot before a sprained ankle, before a broken ankle, whatever. Before that happens, speak healing of the foot. Before your path that you've walked takes you down a path of destruction, speak healing of your feet. Before your feet take you on a journey where you are harmed, speak healing of your feet, okay? Speak shoes of peace, right? Speak that your path is divinely protected and that your path is divinely guided, all right? So, speaking healing over your feet, over your ankles, your legs, okay? The calves, the knees, the thighs. Speak healing over your legs, all right? Speak love over your legs. There are so many people that have displeasure with their body, okay? Displeasure with the growth of their calves. Thinking that their calves aren't picking up any muscles, and you're working hard, so hard in your calves, but it's just not showing in the work that you're putting in. Okay, for the people that have thighs, and maybe there's too much thigh rub and you don't like shopping for clothes because you don't like the way your legs feel in clothes, let that burden go. Okay, let that hurt go. For the people that have knee injuries and knee replacements, or feeling debilitated with your legs in any kind of way, whether cosmetically or through an injury, through trauma, if you have any type of burden, any type of heavy energy revolving around your legs, revolving around your extremities, breathe. Two more. If you've ever spoken hate and disgust and displeasure over your legs, I encourage you to, oh wow, I really got lightheaded there. I encourage you to let that hurt go. I encourage you to speak life, to speak healing and love and acceptance over your body, specifically your legs right now. Okay. Speak healing over the legs. All right. And also take care of your body, right? For example, I go to dance classes. I'm a dancer, right? Not like an exotic dancer, but I just really enjoy dancing. I enjoy learning dance. I enjoy teaching dance. Yeah. So as a dancer, there are times where I have to go onto the floor with my knees on the floor, where I have to do floor work, or where I have to do a lot of squatting, or I have to do a lot of quick, vigorous movements with changes of direction, right? So, one way that I can also speak healing over my knees is protecting them by wearing knee pads when I can, not just when I anticipate floor work or just when I anticipate quick, fast paced movements with strong direction changes, but whenever I'm dancing, right? Because you just never know. You just never know. Like whenever people have pops and tears of the ligaments and tendons and muscles and stuff, they're not planning for that. They're not bracing for that. Okay. It happens when you least expect it. So that's why we have to speak healing and affirmations over our body before things happen. We don't want to cry out to the universe, cry out to God when we're in the hospital bed, right? When we're getting therapy, right? When we're in the car accident, you speak the healing and prayers before the things happen, so that when unfortunately those life situations happen, those energy shifts happen in your world according to what your life path is, okay? Um, maybe it'll ease the burden. That's what my thought process. Like if I just have enough prayer credit, it just kind of takes that burden, or maybe even that likely chance of that happening at all. I don't know, but we gonna pray it through anyway. Okay. So sending love and appreciation and healing over our legs. Thank you. I love my legs. Right. I love my legs. My legs are looking so good. I got some pretty legs. Wow, my legs are so strong. My legs are so attractive. The best feature on me is my legs. Whatever affirmations you want to tell yourself, speak it. And even if you don't truly feel it yet, but it's something you want to feel about yourself, keep speaking it. Don't give up on yourself. It takes time to condition the body. It takes time to condition the mind and the spirit. It's okay. So speaking that love and affirming appreciation, affirming acceptance for your body, affirming healing over your legs, healing over your skin, healing over your muscles, healing over your bones, healing over your nerves. Okay, speaking healing. I attract what I desire. I deserve what I desire. I am worthy of the highest and best. I deserve my highest and best. I am in the most successful phase of my life. I am on fire. I know what I want. I am of passion. I am of consistency. I am bold. I am fearless. I do not chase, I attract. I do not chase, I attract. I do not chase, I attract. And that is getting hot. I gotta sit it down, y'all. It's getting hot. But there goes Palo Santo for the time. I can't even hold it up. It's so hot. It's so hot. But yes, making our way to our glutes. Okay. making your way to your glutes, speaking love over, I don't want to cover myself. There we go. Speaking love and healing over your glutes, okay? Speaking love and healing over your booty. We are in a time right now where Brazilian butt lifts are on a rise. Yes, they've been here for a while. Cosmetic surgery has been here for a while, for years, for decades. But there is like, well, I've read several places that it's like a growing epidemic of Brazilian butt lifts, of just cosmetic surgery and booty enhancements and, just things like that, and just body sculpting and just cosmetic surgery in general, right? And of course, your body, your choice, right? But just make sure it's your choice, right? For example, there are some people that get breast implants because they felt pressured from society, whether you're a woman that has been cheated on and they cheated on you with someone with larger breasts than you, and now you're going to get breast enhancements because you feel like that's what's going to keep them more loyal, more faithful, or get them to see you as being more attractive. Or you are a man or a transsexual or maybe even a drag queen, and you feel like you have to get breast enhancement because there's just more success that lies with having the breast enhancements, and you don't believe without it that you can make it there. And even though you don't really want to, it's just something you gotta do, right? So if you are any other type of example, right, where you feel the pressure to get some type of cosmetic surgery at the expense of the opinions of others, right? Like there's been several celebrities where they started with one cosmetic procedure and then they get another and then another and then several operations later they literally don't even look the same. Like prime example. Have you seen K Michelle lately? Like I literally feel like it's not her. I literally feel like it's somebody else that's like, when they switch out the cast member in shows, like in My Wife and Kids, when they switched out Claire, and it's like, stop calling her Claire. They do not look the same. Just give them, just make this a whole new character, or like when they switched out the moms on Fresh Prince, like they don't look the same. They don't act the same at all, but you're just gonna tell me this is the same person, right? I digress. But anyway, K Michelle looks nothing, nothing like how she looked when she first came out, okay? So it's just concerning, when people just really transform into another person or literally have procedures and surgery to look like a specific person, to look like someone else, and I can't help but to think that there is some type of mental anguish of or mental or emotional balance or emotional struggle with self-acceptance. Just my opinion. Of course, I could be wrong because I'm not going through it. I don't know what it's like, but it seems like there has to be some form of unacceptance of what you have and who you are, and the acceptance comes with being something else, being somebody else, so um so just speaking healing to those people that are in a space where they feel like they have to get cosmetic surgery. Shout out to my models out there where you feel like you have to get breast implants or you feel like you have to get a booty lift or a Brazilian butt lift or tummy tuck or whatever. I'm just seeing BBLs everywhere, right? So if you feel like you're in a space where you have to get that out of pressure, breathe and just really sit with those breaths and sit with the thoughts that come up and be real with yourself. Are you doing it for you? Are you doing it because someone else made you feel bad? Because it's a difference if you're doing it for you versus doing it because someone else made you feel bad. It's a total difference, okay? So I want you to be clear about that. I want you to be focused on, being intentional, right? Because before we can affirm what we want, before we can affirm what we want to manifest, we have to be clear about the place we're coming from, the space we're coming from. Are you coming from a space of Integrity, meaning that you want this for you, or is it because you're feeling pressure? You know? So if you're doing it for you, awesome. If you're doing it because you have the money to get cosmetic surgery and you want to stunt on these hoes and you want to show that, you can improve yourself in any way, how many times you want, then go off, huh? Do it because that's what you want to do. That's how you want to spend your money, right? But if you're going broke, if you're starting an OnlyFans to scrape up the money, if you're, doing sex work that you don't want to do to scrape up money for a procedure you don't want, stop it. You're living to please others. And at the end of the day, you can't say someone made you do it because this is your choice. You have free will right now. You have the power to change your mind right now. Okay. If you're in the midst of stressing yourself out, and doing harmful things to your body just to appease the opinions of others, when opinions can't even be proven, people can look you dead in your face and say, oh my God, I love it. And in their head, they're like, oh my God, she looks hideous. What the did she have that on? You know what I'm saying? So, like, whatever the opinion they give you, it could be real or not, but at the end of the day, you can't really prove it. They can say whatever, right? But you know how you feel. Or do you? Maybe you're like not being real with how you feel. And before you can truly manifest, you have to come from a place of integrity. You have to come from a place of worth, a place of rawness, truth. Okay? So be clear about your intentions, what you're doing, and why you're doing it. You are beautiful. You are worthy. Turn those into affirmations. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am charming. I am enough. I am the one. I am that dude. I am that girl. I am the leader. I am the chosen one. I am top tier. I am top two and not two. Okay? Word to Beyonce. Okay? Affirm that you love your body. Affirm that you love your tiny tits. You love those big ass titties. You love that pancake booty. You love that long back. You love that tight ass. You love that flabby ass. You love that huge ass, okay? You love that dimply ass, okay? You love that discolored ass. All right. You love that bruised and blemished ass. All right. You love that scabby, you love the scabs, you love the scars, love the injuries, love all of you. Okay. Love it all. Love your face. Okay. Love that nose. Love the bump in the nose. Love the bridge. Love those flat, thin lips. Okay. You love those juicy, big lips, those full lips. You love those high cheekbones. You love that flat face. Okay. You love that big ass forehead. You love that 8 head. You love those missing edges. You love those thick ass edges. You love that long, thick hair that takes so much time to deal with. You love that thin hair, okay? That's easy to manage. Whatever struggle you're dealing with, whatever challenge you're dealing with, turn it into a declaration of love. Transmute the power, transmute the energy, okay? Because as long as you're speaking badly about yourself, that's an affirmation as well. As long as you're telling yourself that it's not enough, you don't like it, you hate it, your body can hear you, okay? Imagine you was like your parents arguing in like the dining room or whatever, and the house is quiet, all the lights are off, and maybe like the fireplace is going in the room next to the kitchen where they're arguing, and they're trying to argue quietly because the house is quiet, right? And they don't want to disturb anybody, and the fireplace is going. But then as they become more impassioned in their conversation, in their argument, their voices start to raise. And tiny, you imagine you're like 5, 6, 7 years old. You come down the stairs and you want to go like maybe surprise your parents, like maybe with some good news or something, and you overhear them arguing about you. And it doesn't matter what they're arguing about, but whatever you hear, you feel it, in your stomach because you start to cower forward, or you feel it in your heart because your hand literally clutches your chest, or you hear it in your breath because you're not breathing. You just kind of stop, like, or maybe you're like starting to hyperventilate, or maybe you feel it in your face because your brows start to furrow, or maybe your mouth starts to tighten, or maybe you start to grimace and you start to feel angry in the face, right? Or maybe your eyes start to well up with tears and your lips start to shake and your voice starts to tremble and your body just convulses in sad ass energy, disappointed energy, right? So imagine, like, every time you're saying something you hate about your body, something you don't like about your body hears you saying, oh, my left eye is jumping crazy now. My left eye is jumping and my right wrist is itching. Um, so then it's like your body's like, oh, you're not happy with me? You don't love me? Like, imagine, like, if your parents would say, oh, we're talking about divorce, or they're talking about how they're arguing about you or whatever. It's just something that hurts your feelings. So, like, your body is going to respond to what you're saying, that shit talk, how you hate any part of your body, how you don't like things about yourself. Your body's going to respond to that, right? And you wonder why you give up. You wonder why you have no energy. You wonder why you stay down in the dumps all the time, because your body is responding to the energy you speak, the thought process you generate and that you keep in your mind. So just be mindful of that. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up there, but let's end it with some affirmations. I love myself. I trust myself. I forgive myself. I give myself permission. I am in the most successful phase of my life. I am worthy. I'm worthy of the highest and best. I am tapped in to my divinity. I'm connected to source. I am connected to God. I am worthy of love. I am capable of love. I do not trace, I attract. I am always attracting my highest good. I send love to the journey. I send love to the places I'm going. I send love to the people I work with. I send love to the people I enjoy life with. I send love to my next week. I send love to my next month. I send love to my next year. I send love to my tomorrow. I send love to my tonight. I send love to my night's rest. I send love to my enemies. I send love to their enemies. I send love to my friends. I send love to my family. I send love to the enemies of my friends and family, right? I send love to my money. I love money and money loves me. Every dollar I spend is multiplied by 10 and grows, comes back to me immediately. Every dollar I spend comes back to me threefold. I am connected to my divine passion. I am earning money by doing what I love. I have multiple streams of income. I have 6 streams of income. The deal closed. The contract is signed. That chapter is over. That test has been passed. That journey has ended. The closure is here. I did it. I'm done. I've decided. My mind is made up. I finished it. I completed the task. Job well done. I'm there. I remember I prayed for this. I remember this was on my manifestation list. I literally manifested this. Wow, it turned out way better than I expected. It turned out much better than I expected. My prayers have been answered. This turned out way better than I imagined. This turned out way better than I envisioned. I love you. Tell yourself, I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for your continued support. Let me know how the podcast is helping you. Let me know what you would like to hear. If there's specific topics you want me to talk about on this podcast, let me know. I'm open to ideas, also open to guest ideas. And yes, Thank you. Let me know if you want to hear more affirmations episodes. Let me know if you want more oracle episodes, if you want more guests, whatever. Just let me know what you like. And I'm just so grateful for y'all, okay? I love you. Remember to pray for yourself, pray for others, and continue breathing, okay? I love you. Mwah. Bye.